Basketball on NCN is brought to you by Heritage at Fountain Point, redefining senior living with a steadfast commitment to comfort, compassion, and dignity. Agri-City Insurance, protecting what you grow. And by Family Physical Therapy and Sports Center, getting you back in the game. If you love live sports, you'll love News Channel Nebraska. Live sports from every region of the state. Football, volleyball, basketball, baseball, soccer, bowling, and even six-man football. If Nebraska kids play it, we air it. Small-town high schools with big hometown pride. Support local kids, support local schools, support Nebraska. Watch NCN Sports every week. State basketball on NCN is brought to you by Roe Buick in Grand Island and Roe Chevy in Aurora. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports. This is a special presentation from News Channel Nebraska. '25 Nebraska State Basketball on News Channel Nebraska is presented by Currency. Does your business need help financing big-ticket items? Currency is here to help. Visit gocurrency.com for details. Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com. Teammates Mentoring. Join the team. Be a mentor. Go to teammates.org today. Woodhouse Auto. Convenience delivered every time. Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. And by 5 Points Bank. Trust the better bank with your financial needs.
News Channel Nebraska's coverage of the girls' state high school basketball tournament continues, and we move on in Class C2. One game finished, and the 8 seeds moving on over the 1. Now we advance to number 4 against number 5. 26-0 Elkhorn Valley, 24-2 Cross County. I'm Michael Shively. He's Lou Siefker. Kaylin Debin will join us in just a moment. Well, we already confirmed what we thought. We don't know what to expect in this Class C2 bracket, and I think that holds true for this next matchup.
I think you do know what to expect. You expect the unexpected, right? I mean, you don't know what's going to happen. I think this is going to be a good basketball game. I think obviously you have two teams with combined 50 wins and only 2 losses. The thing that stands out to me is Elkhorn Valley. I've seen them several times this year. Very good defensive team. They have some size against Cross County. Cross County's got to play a physical game and match them with that physicality and intensity, I think, to win this one.
Well, it's Elkhorn Valley, the team that is the better seed at number 4. They lean on a good senior class. They're led in the paint by J.J. Black, who stands 6'2".
J.J. Black's very active. They play a 1-3-1 zone. She's in the middle of that zone, and that allows the guards to get out and pressure. If you get beat, it doesn't bother you because you've got J.J. Black back there. Averages 3 or 4 blocks a game, 9 rebounds. A very effective player in the paint for the Falcons.
Meanwhile, for Cross County, if you think, how do you attack a zone? Well, it'll often lead to some open shots from the outside. The good news for the Cougars is they have an excellent three-point shooter in Eden Peterson.
Yeah, Eden Peterson, she's got the green light. She can take any shot she wants to take. That's a luxury, but that's because she's a good three-point shooter. Also a player that's kind of got a nonstop motor. She's going to probably play 32 minutes in this ball game. Very durable, very important. I think you're right. You got to knock down some three-pointers and back that zone off. If Peterson's able to do that, they'll have a chance to win.
For more on this matchup between the Falcons and the Cougars, let's head across the court to Kaylin Debin.
5 Points Bank brings communities together. Points Bank. Better bank, better community, better life.
And remember, the word for today's 4 seed and 5 seed might just be expectations. You've got 2 teams like Cross County and Elkhorn Valley who are really trying to face that word and see if they can overcome what might be a little bit of an expectation, starting with the Cross County Cougars, a team that is only on their 4th ever trip to the state tournament here in Lincoln, Nebraska. They've made it back-to-back seasons, but came up short trying to find a win. 2 years ago, head coach says that this was a team that was not supposed to make it. Last year, they had the idea to make it, and now Bossart says this is the team that can really make some damage. But on the other end, you're playing an Elkhorn Valley team. Head coach Brendan Dittmer saying, we're undefeated. Finished the regular season undefeated. Got an incredibly tough draw against Bishop Neumann in the district final as a 13 seed. But the Falcons were able to get it done in overtime. How can an undefeated team overcome that hump of an expectation? And how can Cross County, after losing the last 2 years, how can they get it done? Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to be a great battle with Michael Shively and Lou Seeker, Elkhorn Valley, Cross County on News Channel Nebraska.
Zollner Ford in Beatrice has options to make the process of buying or maintaining vehicles easy and enjoyable. If you have your sights on a new vehicle, a member of our sales team would love to show it to you in the warmth of our showroom or bring it right to your driveway. For maintenance, we offer a few options to make service appointments convenient, like free pickup and delivery within 25 miles of Beatrice, including all of Lincoln. We can also come to you with our mobile service unit to help quickly get going again. Zollner Ford in Beatrice, sales and service with a smile.
Your life can change with one heartbeat, and that was mine. Pregnant at 16, scared, and wondering how my mother would react was terrifying. This is Selma. I made the right decision. I can't imagine if I would have ended this beautiful life. Your baby is a person that deserves their life and your love. Adelina has filled my life with tremendous joy. There are difficult times, it's a life changer, but I wouldn't have had it any other way. My baby is here.
Welcome back here to the Bob Devaney Sports Center. Michael Shively, Lou Seifker, Kaylin Debin with you, getting ready for this 4 versus 5 matchup. Elkhorn Valley taking on Cross County. Time for your school spotlight, brought to you by Currency. Does your business need financing for equipment, trucks, or trailers? All you need is Currency. Visit gocurrency.com. Elkhorn Valley, that's in Tilden, Nebraska. West of Norfolk, they also draw students from Meadow Grove. 2 state championships, one in 82, one in 2010. That is from head coach Brendan Dittmer, still the head coach for the Falcons. Cross County in Stromsburg, or actually not in Stromsburg, it's a couple miles south, and serves the surrounding area. They did get runner-up back in 06. That predates Coach Mitch Bossart, but now the 4th straight, make that the 3rd straight year at state. Couple of first-round exits, and you got to know these folks from Polk County are hungry for a win here in Lincoln.
Absolutely. You want to get that taste out of your mouth. You want to win a game. It's going to be a tough assignment. I think Elkhorn Valley, as I said before, a really good basketball team. Going to have to play well early. You're going to have to score. You see Brendan Dittmer there, a great coach for Elkhorn Valley. But the one thing that I would be concerned about if I'm Cross County, of those 2 losses, both of those losses, they averaged about 25, 26 points a game in those losses. If you go to sleep offensively against Elkhorn Valley, good luck. You're not going to win the ball game. They have to play at a high level on the offensive end and make shots, find shots against a very difficult 1-3-1 zone.
Attacking the 1-3-1, certainly going to be something the Cougars need to figure out. I'm talking about Mitch Bossart, 10th season. He's actually pretty good pals with Brendan Dittmer, the coach on the other side. Cross County hosts a really competitive girls basketball summer camp every year, and Coach Dittmer brings his Elkhorn Valley team down every year.
Yep.
So they don't play each other during the season, not in the same region of the state, but every summer they go against each other, and the coaches have become close friends through that.
Yeah, you're very familiar with each other, and that is a cool part of high school basketball. You get to know the other coaches like that, going to those camps, and both these, these programs are playing at a high level. You got to, looking ahead to next week, Cross County boys. That's a really good program. They're very good. They could win the state championship. The girls would like to be in that conversation as well. If you can knock off Elkhorn Valley today, you definitely are in that conversation.
That's back-to-back years for the Cougars, girls and boys teams, both making it to state. Time for your starting lineups, brought to you by Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. The visitors, Cross County High School. They turn to Emma Dickey. She's a 5'7" junior. Eden Peterson, a 5'8" junior. Brycelyn Larson, a 5'11" junior. Adrian Waller is a starter. She's a 5'10" junior. And Lindy Kelly, a 5'9" senior, rounds out that starting lineup. Larson, the tallest at 5'11", has a tough task in front of her today, going against J.J. Black of Elkhorn Valley.
As we mentioned, Black is so tall and athletic and just makes plays on that defensive end. Very difficult to get past her in that 1-3-1 zone that they play.
Now the starters for the team wearing white and green, the Falcons of Elkhorn Valley. Cameron Rutgens, a 5'9" sophomore. Kendall Warner, a 5'9" freshman. Lily Hartle, 5'7" senior, an unsung player in this starting five because the headliners are coming up. Carly Broberg leads the team in scoring, a 5'9" senior, and 6'2" senior J.J. Black rounds out the starting lineup for head coach Brendan Dittmer.
Well, Michael, one thing, you mentioned Broberg. How good is Elkhorn Valley? We haven't really talked about her. She had 43 points in a game this year. She's a fantastic scorer. She can go off at any time. Probably, I hate to call the leading scorer an X factor, but if she gets going offensively, it's going to be very difficult, I think, for Cross County here this morning.
She holds every three-point record at Elkhorn Valley, whether it's single game, single season, or career. She is the best shooter in girls basketball history at Elkhorn Valley High School. Teams shaking hands in the middle, and we are ready for quarterfinal number 2 of the morning here at the Bob Devaney Sports Center. The first one went the way of the 8 seed, Guardian Angels Central Catholic, behind a near triple-double from Izzy Krakemeyer, upsets number 1 Johnson Brock. Who gets to play GACC tomorrow? We'll find that out at the conclusion of this ball game.
Krakemeyer in that game had 9 steals. I've heard the police are looking for her. She's a wanted person after all that many steals.
Let's see if someone can escort her out of the building without anyone catching her.
Again, going to be important, I think, for the Cougars. Play physically. It's a physical defense. They got to be physical on offense and not back down from the Falcons in that 1-3-1.
Terrific student sections, good energy in the building to start things off in this Northeast Nebraska versus East Central Nebraska matchup. Deflection right away and a turnover on the opening possession. Rutgens, the sophomore guard, unable to save that ball, and it's out of bounds to the Cougars.
I think if you could play good half-court defense in your Cross County, you got a good chance there. Here's some pressure. Elkhorn Valley will do that time to time, and it forces a turnover right out of the gate.
Well, you talk about nerves, and we heard that from Coach Jeff Ottoman at halftime in the previous game. He said maybe some jitters for his Johnson Brock team, who didn't play at state last year. But Cross County is now 3 straight years in Lincoln with 2 straight first-round exits. They cannot afford to have nerves take over early in the game.
No, you've got to get rid of them in a hurry.
Good head fake, beautiful bounce pass. There's Black. Kicks out, open 3, right on the mark. We warned you, Carly Broberg, averaging 16.5 per game. She's as good of a shooter as there is in Class C. She knocks it down early.
That's great recognition by Black. She's double teaming in the post. Get it out to your three-point shooter in Broberg, and she knocks it down.
Dickey in trouble, drove into the Hornets' nest, and it rolls out of bounds. Lily Hartle with the defense in white and green.
When Elkhorn Valley is playing good on defense, that usually translates to good on offense. Sometimes, if things aren't going well, they get stagnant offensively. They can't afford that today against Cross County.
There is that zone defense displayed by the Falcons here in the half court. Cross County gets it inside right away. There's the kick out, an open 3, wide right on the shot by Lindy Kelly. The Falcons not wasting time. They get to the hoop, miss the shot. Pushing it up ahead, Kelly. Crosses to the left, and it rolls off the front of the iron for Peterson. Another chance at it, at a foul, and that was a focus point for Coach Mitch Bosshart. You'd think, 6'2", you don't want to go against the shot blocker, but he said we actually need to get the ball inside, see if we can draw some fouls against her, or at least get in and then kick it out.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to go inside against this zone. You can't be passive against a very aggressive 1-3-1 zone. Get inside and certainly challenge Black. If you're afraid of her, you're going to have a hard time.
Kendall Werner, youngest player out there on the court, calmly sinks a pair of free throws. Elkhorn Valley, a couple of years where they didn't make it to the state tournament. We're last here back in 2022. Into Black. And she gets it to drop. Noticeable height advantage in the paint.
I think Black's really improved her, or rather her post game this season. That's good footwork there down in the low block.
Right back into the lane. There's the help defense, and it's Hartle with the steal. She tosses it up ahead, and 2 Falcons and no Cougars. Broberg, another basket, and a 5-point lead for the undefeated Elkhorn Valley 4 seed. And a block. Warner closes some ground.
Now Warner got out there and challenged that shot and got a piece of it.
Good defense that time. Eden Peterson.
Peterson forced Hartle underneath the basket, made a very tough angle for that shot.
Skip pass from Dickey. Now Peterson for 3. Short. Dickey tracks it down. Incorrectly called her Warner a moment ago. It is Emma Dickey, number 3 with the Cougars, who hit the free throws. At that time, she's called for the travel and a cross-county turnover. Already their 3rd.
You see Elkhorn Valley, the way they attack you in that zone, and they tend to speed you up in that 1-3-1, and you end up making mistakes, playing a little faster than you want to play.
Loose basketball. Cross County put the press on, and they get the tie-up. It'll be Cross County basketball. Works like a turnover.
Absolutely. You get the tie-up. That's good effort there.
Cougars looking for their first made field goal of the game. Instead, it's another giveaway. And a chance with an advantage in numbers. Warner to the hoop. Doesn't get the shot, but does get the foul call against Eden Peterson.
It's a lot like what we saw with GACC earlier. Get out and run. Push the ball either off a turnover or a missed shot. Push the tempo. Get the ball up the floor. Try to get numbers.
This Elkhorn Valley team coming into this tournament after an epic district final victory. Tell you here right after we mentioned that it is your first quarter right now, and that's brought to you by John Henry's, Our Family Serving Yours. Elkhorn Valley matched up with Bishop Newman. Talk about a tough draw, a storied program, and a district final for an undefeated team. Took overtime, a 40-33 win, and it meant a lot for Coach Brendan Dittmer. His wife, Natalie, is a Bishop Newman graduate, has lots of connections there. His father-in-law is a Bishop Newman graduate, actually graduated with Rick Ahrens, the head coach for the Cavaliers. So plenty of connections, and it meant a lot for him to get that win in that district final to help propel his Falcons team to the state tournament.
This team has battled being undefeated, the pressure that comes with it. And I think that district final was going to really serve them well at state, because you not only had the pressure of being undefeated, you had the pressure of being a team that may not make state, and they had to find a way to win that game. I think that settles you down a little bit here at state. You found a way to win that thing.
Cross County trying to solve that zone defense for the first time. Will take the deep 3. Oh, in and out.
So close.
Tough break for Peterson.
Peterson, a great shooter. That was a long 3. And there wasn't a lot of ball movement or movement at all. Kind of a stagnant set there by Cross County. You've got to challenge this zone. If you're passive at all, Elkhorn Valley will eat you up.
Black on the perimeter. Dumps it inside. Good job switching from the left to the right. It rolls all the way around the cylinder and drops through for Cameron Rutjens.
Rutjens kind of known for her defense. Gets that one to roll in.
A timeout for Cross County. They're still looking for their first field goal more than midway through quarter number 1 on News Channel Nebraska.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Speedy Mart. When you have to fuel your journey and feed the crew, whether it's many or a few, Speedy Mart is fresh, ready, super clean, and convenient.
Here, customers can expect the highest quality fuel that they deserve.
And when you make a pit stop, it's gotta be fast. Easy in, easy out. Speedy Mart for the win.
Lots to cheer for early on for Falcons fans out of Elkhorn Valley and western part of Madison County and Antelope County. 8-point lead for the 4 seed over the 5 seed early on. Mitch Bosshart called timeout. Maybe that can get the Cougars going. A long range shot. It's Ella Clark who knocks it through.
That was better ball movement that time. Ella Clark got open in that corner, and Ella Clark knocked that one down.
Beautiful dump down pass, and the basket goes. That's Ashlyn Dexter-Postian.
Turnover.
For Cross County, that's already 5 turnovers, and we haven't played 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's a bad sign if you're the Cougars. You've got to take care of the basketball. That was a little bit of a, it was a pressure error, but just kind of miscommunication there between the 2 Cougar players. The ball ends up out of bounds, and you give the ball right back to the Falcons.
Defense being played by Brycelyn Larson, and it forces an errant pass. And up the court scoots Lindy Kelly. 3 ball up, partially deflected. There's the offensive rebound. Good rotation by that zone to deny a chance out of the rebound. 10 seconds on the shot clock for the Cougars. Peterson for 3, well short, might have been tipped, and there's Black for the rebound.
I don't know that anybody can test shots better than Elkhorn Valley.
That's a charge, and that gets the Cross County fans something to cheer about. Cameron Rutjens tagged with the foul.
That was Kelly. Watch her get back on defense and just kind of stands there, gets those feet set and waits for the contact. Got Rutjens a little out of control and picks up the charging foul, gives the ball back to Cross County.
You know, many teams don't keep that as an official stat, taking charges.
Yeah.
But they do at Cross County. Lindy Kelly has the single game, single season, and career record for most charges taken. She got another one here at the state tournament.
She also has the most floor burns, I'm pretty sure, taking all those charges.
Transition 3 ball, just off.
It's a good rebound
for Broberg.
I'm sorry, Michael, good rebound by Kelly.
Making some hustle plays for the Cougars. Can they find offense? Peterson from 3, and this time she hits it.
Peterson's got in the gym range, and that's going to really stretch that defense. You got to come out and contest those shots no matter where she's shooting them from.
She had missed her first 4 shots of the morning. Now a rebound for the Cougars. And Peterson can't hit the layup, but the offensive rebound leads to a foul and a chance at the line for Ella Clark, looking to make it a 1-possession game.
Shot missed, but running the floor. That's a great job by Clark. Trail that play, anticipate the miss, and get that rebound.
Clark, a spark plug off the bench for Cross County. She was so in the district final, taking on a team from Northeast Nebraska, and Humphrey Lindsay And Cross County was down 8, 23-15 with 5 minutes left in the first half. They brought in Clark off the bench to defend the best player for Humphrey Lindsay. She took a charge, sparked a 12-0 run, and the Cougars never looked back.
That's those kind of plays. There's a blocking foul, Hartle in the lane. It's going to be on the floor.
Foul goes against Kelly.
I really like Lily Hartle. I think you mentioned she's an unsung hero. Really the quarterback of this team. Handles the ball well. Good rebounder for a guard and a really good passer as well.
Pull up three, right on the mark. Hand down, man down if you're going against Carly Broberg. Long pass to get it in bounds is picked off. And there's your player, Lily Hartle, making a hustle play and earning a trip to the line.
Yeah, good steal by Hartle and takes it aggressively to the basket, and it gets fouled. And you mentioned that hands down. You've got to challenge Broberg. Cannot allow her to set up and square up and set the feet and everything. She's such a pure shooter. You got to get out there and make her uncomfortable.
Well, there's no doubt that's on the scouting report. Carly Broberg is not a surprise for anybody. She leads the team in scoring. She's going to Concordia, play some college ball, but just a lapse of concentration on defense by the Cougars there. You got to get a hand up.
Yeah, you got to know who the shooters are, and you've got to challenge them, and Broberg's the best shooter on this Elkhorn Valley team.
1 for 2 at the line. Actually, didn't hit either of them.
10-second call.
7 first quarter turnovers for Cross County.
It'll be tough to win this game if you continue to turn it over at that rate.
Running a weave against this man-to-man. Good pass inside and a tough finish for J.J. Black.
That's a good catch. Pass was a little high, but Black's got great hands and able to catch it and then go up and score.
Clark knocked loose. And again, Hartle with the defense. 6-second differential between the shot and game clock.
If the Cougars, you want to use that pressure against Elkhorn Valley. You can break the pressure and get numbers on the other end. Try to get some easy shots out of that. The big thing is you've got to be strong with the basketball because that's such an aggressive press that Elkhorn Valley runs.
Getting a touch here to Waller. Now Dickey passes out. 3 ball from the right side, air ball. And rebound to Elkhorn Valley. Rutjens crosses the timeline. Has plenty of time to work with. Broberg pulls the trigger. No. And 10 seconds for Cross County. Tough pass across the lane. Dickey up and missed. And there's the horn and the end of quarter number 1. A quarter that belongs to the 4 seed, Elkhorn Valley. A 9-point cushion. 8 minutes into the ball game on News Channel Nebraska.
Liberty First Credit Union. It's for you. Do you live in Nebraska or the surrounding states? Then it's for you. Want to earn cash back on your transactions? Then it's for you. Are you ready to start banking with purpose? Then Liberty First Credit Union? It's for you. We're not your typical credit union. We support you with personalized banking that's open to everyone. Start banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. We're for you.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry because you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at. We got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
We got your back.
One of the best parts about seeing these two teams is there's always athletes on the floor. It's one of our favorite parts of coming down to Lincoln. And for Cross County, it's definitely seen in the Peterson family. Olive and Eden, 2 players on the floor right now, led by Eden with 13.1 points per game. Head coach Mitch Bossart said she's got one of the best pump fakes on this side of the Mississippi. She's just 2 made threes away from tying the school record. She's got 1 today already. While Lily, their oldest sister last year, was a 9.6 rebound player, tremendous. And then their father, Quinn, a strength coach at UND in North Dakota, former Stromsburg Championship quarterback in 99. This family's full of athletes in Cross County.
Well, no doubt about it, Kaylin. This Cross County team going to need some mental strength to get back into this game. J.J. Black starts off the quarter with the basket for the Falcons. Their lead now into double figures.
Yeah, Black is, with that size advantage, Black is a tough matchup.
Air ball on the transition 3 for Rutgers. Pushing the other way is Eden Peterson. To the hoop, swatted. Well, Coach Dittmer says it's the best shot blocker he's ever coached. And J.J. Black showing off here.
And it's not just being tall and not even just being athletic. It's being able to use those attributes and do things like you just saw there. Time that right. You don't foul. Get up there at the right moment, block that shot, and just being that defensive stopper. She's a great player.
The Cougars 2 for 16 from the floor. High off of the glass, out of the reach of the long arms of Black, and a good finish for Adrian Waller.
I think you got to be patient if you're Cross County. Find the best looks you can. You got to knock down a high percentage. Black again.
Black and Broberg have combined for 16. Cross County has 10. Another Falcons deflection on defense.
Rutgers is really good at the top of that 1-3-1.
Dickey attacks. Can't finish with the left. Crossover doesn't yield anything for Warner. Now it's knocked loose. With the steal, Kelly, and takes a tough spill. Be foul number 2 on J.J. Black. That's notable 10 minutes into the ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. That might bring Black to the bench here for a little while. I think it's going to. You don't want her picking up a third foul this early in the game. So that might open up some things for Cross County. Kelly with another hustle play there to get that steal and take it the other way.
3 Cross County steals in this ball game, and wide open out of the inbounds play. Missed shot by Brycelyn Larson. Broberg's pass deflected by the active hands of Ella Clark.
Yeah, that missed shot there. Those are the shots that Cross County's got to make those shots.
Inside. Kicked out. Broberg, no. And there's the defensive rebound. Good fight for it by Waller. Eventually finds an outlet. Poked away. Falcons, their deflection counter is rising.
Yeah. They do so well. They're so active in that 1-3-1. If you're going to run a 1-3-1, you've got to be aggressive and active, and they do that about as well as anybody in that style of defense.
Good drive. Peterson lost the ball in the pass, out of bounds. Well, there have been times this year that Cross County has been sluggish on offense. In their sub-final, they were held under 40. Their 2 defeats, they scored under 30, as you pointed out in the pregame, Lou.
Yep.
And early on, the offense has certainly had a slow beginning. A lot of that credit belongs to the defense. Straightaway 3, not close, by Kelly, and out of bounds to the Falcons. And J.J. Black re-enters the game playing with 2 fouls.
And I got to tell Black to be smart and don't take extra chances here. You don't want that third foul with a lot of time left to be played. She's too important if this game comes down to the wire.
Cross County's press ineffective. 3-ball right on the mark. Carly Broberg shooting confidently here at the Bob Devaney Sports Center.
Broberg is a great shooter, as we mentioned. She's also pretty good off the dribble. You might, if they contest, she's going to be able to take that ball largely to the basket. Very good offensive player.
Straight away three. And Cross County having flashbacks to each of the past 2 seasons in which they lost in the first round here in Lincoln. At a poor start has them trailing by 14, heading to a timeout. Fly with us, that's what it says on the warm-ups and the signs, and they're flying to an early lead for Elkhorn Valley.
State basketball and NCN is brought to you by Unity Eye Centers, your provider of choice for complete vision care for all ages. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
.427 left in the second quarter. Your second quarter is supported by Steve Carper and the crew at O Street Carpet. Michael Shively, Lou Siefker, and Caitlin Debin, your broadcast crew this morning. The second of 6 for us on News Channel Nebraska here at the Devaney today. We'll make our way over to Pinnacle Bank Arena overnight. Set up there for the semifinals in classes A, B, and C1 tomorrow. We hope you join us for the rest of the day and into Friday. Cross County and Coach Mitch Bossart burning a pair of timeouts. Good chance inside, doesn't yield anything for Dexter Postian, but another chance for the Falcons. No. Errant on the shot by Ashley Shutt, a freshman. There's a whistle and a shove. Cross County just 2 points this quarter. More than 4 minutes into it.
They're really struggling offensively. Now it's your chance, I think, for Cross County, because Elkhorn Valley's quieted down a little bit on the offensive end. They're still shooting 50%, or Elkhorn Valley. And for the Cross County to come back and win this game, I mean, it's as simple as, I think, making some shots. 3 of 21 right now, only 14%. And that's pretty tough. It's going to be difficult unless you heat up from the field to stay in this ball game.
Yeah, 3 made baskets. Just not cutting it to this point in the ball game. It's a 2-3 look now on defense for Elkhorn Valley. Dickey got to a good spot, hit the bottom of the backboard though, and fast the other direction. Broberg. Bounce pass inside. What a seal. J.J. Black, terrific post position.
Yeah, great position inside, and Hartle with a perfect bounce pass to lead her to the bucket.
A 7-0 run for the 4 seed, taking it to number 5 Cross County in the opening half. And it's back to the 1-3-1 for the Falcons. Eight seconds on the shot clock. And a deflection poked away by Dexter Postian. Hartle on the move, loses the ball, and a good stop by the Cougars. Kelly emerges.
And Cross County's just got to be more aggressive against this zone. They've got to attack it. I think they've been passive. They've kind of settled for some outside shots. You got to attack it, I think, inside out. And move that basketball, whether it's 1-3-1 or 2-3, it's ball movement and ball fakes are the sort of things you get the defense out of position. You've got to be able to do that to find those open shots.
Be sure to join us at halftime. We'll look at the bracket. We'll look at the map of where these teams in Class C2 are coming from in their travels to state. And it's all presented by Visit Kearney. Find it all in Kearney. Knocked out of bounds. Again, it's Hartle with the defense inside against Adrian Waller. Not much of a look that time for Waller out of the baseline inbound. Black, give and go, trying to work it out with Warner. Gets the ball back. Strong defense by the Cougars this possession. Into Black on the screen and roll, and she misses.
They shot that one long.
Extra pass, and Waller gets the layup to drop. Big basket for the cross-county Cougars, ending a scoring drought of 5 minutes.
Yeah, Black misses a real quality shot, and Cross County got out and ran. That's another option, I think, for Cross County. We've seen it. Some teams do that. Run off missed shots. Try to get open looks that way.
Broberg, no. Black taps it to a teammate. Gets another rebound. And she's a menace. Future Wayne State Wildcat. She'll play basketball in the NSIC of Division II.
I think she'll be really good at that level.
That is a high level, especially coming from Class C2. And J.J. Black putting on a show here this morning at the Bob. And a foul on Hartle. That's the 4th team foul on Elkhorn Valley. One more puts Cross County at the line here with 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Again, I think Cross County is going to have to talk at halftime. They're just going to have to pick up the intensity on the offensive end. I think we talked about that. Coach Bossart wanted his team to play physically and to challenge that defense. I don't know that they've done it enough here in this first half.
Loose ball knocked around. Elkhorn Valley escapes with it. Here's Broberg, travel. Also at halftime, we'll have your halftime highlights. Those are brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers, and also by Roe Buick in Grand Island and Aurora. Five-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. This extended zone pressure.
Yeah, down 16. Cross County needs something positive here. Try to give something to build on as you go into the locker room.
Kelly lobs inside. The shot doesn't go for Larson, and a jump ball. Keeps it with Cross County. Cougars desperately needing a bucket. They've only made 4 shots from the field all game. Deep 3 ball for Peterson. Off of the heel. And a tough rebound secured by Shutt. Falcons will get the final shot. Here's a 3 off of the rim. And passed up ahead, nobody home. Elkhorn Valley with phenomenal first half defense, limiting the 5 seed Cross County to just 12 in the first 16 minutes of play. It's Elkhorn Valley ahead by 16, heading to halftime. You're watching high school state tournament hoops on News Channel Nebraska.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
This broadcast is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. See the trainer. Need relief from pain or support for recovery? Don't see just anyone. See the trainer. And by Zollner Ford Lincoln, proud to be your local Ford and Lincoln dealer.
This is Emily with Family Physical Therapy at our Fountain Point location. Family Physical Therapy offers physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Our therapists are highly trained and certified in a variety of techniques, offering individualized care designed specifically to meet your needs. Our patients are welcome to a friendly environment, and our therapists are driven by their patients succeeding and meeting their goals. Family Physical Therapy proudly serving various locations throughout central and northeast Nebraska. Our goal is to get you back to work, back to play, back to life.
Anything for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more. From little feet to little paws, to updates and overhauls. From soft and cozy to durable and resilient. From something that blends in or something that's different. From DIY to custom install, O Street Carpet can help you with it all. Whatever your needs are for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more.
Start your next journey with Woodhouse. Our commitment extends beyond just selling cars. We offer an unparalleled car buying experience that allows you to shop and buy all online. Explore an array of new brands, makes, and models, as well as our large selection of pre-owned vehicles. And it's easy to get started today with our streamlined purchasing process online, granting you the freedom to secure your next vehicle anytime, anywhere. Discover a better way to buy with Woodhouse.
One of the best things about Nebraska is the farming, the cattle, the pigs, the hogs, the chickens, all the sorts of animals that this state has, and so many members of our communities get to take care of and control. It's a little bit of a different story just south of Tilden, Nebraska for the Broberg family, with Carly Broberg leading the charge on the floor for the Elkhorn Valley Falcons. Her family's in charge of Broberg Organics, a company that's been around for 11 years just south of Tilden. No, it's not a cattle farm. It is a worm farm. That's right, a worm farm, not something you hear very often. The Broberg family wanted to get into the business 11 years ago, so they started Broberg Organics. Yes, they've got their Charolais cattle still. They're doing all their production and their sales during the February in the wintertime. But with that, still working with the worms and trying to develop an interesting production. Now, things are going very well for them, and the worm business has slowed down a little bit. Brent and Mary Kay say it's all about faith, and this journey has provided them a great opportunity, and right now focusing a lot of their intention into the worms, but right now into state basketball as Carly Broberg continues to lead the charge for the Falcons. Michael and Lou.
Oh, thank you, Kaylin. That's a different type of farming business. Is that where you get your worms?
Well, I was going to go into that business, but I was worried about worm rustlers.
You never know what Kaylin's going to uncover. In this case, it was the Broberg family worm farmers there south of Tilden.
That's
so
different.
Exciting there, and she's been exciting on the court so far. Let's take a look at what happened there in the first half. Your halftime highlights today. They're brought to you by Starter Heyman Jewelers. Stunning engagement collections, exceptional diamonds, and dazzling gemstones can be found at their Lincoln and Grand Island locations. Elkhorn Valley begins with the basketball. It begins with the basket. And it's Carly Broberg who connects from long range. Here she is distributing, finding J.J. Black. The senior-to-senior connection leads to 2 points. They've done that a time or two in their careers.
Yeah, Black is such a force inside, and you're right. That's a great combination there for Elkhorn Valley.
More from the team in white and green. They get a basket that time from Rutgers. Cross County looking for their first field goal, and it finally arrives. That three ball dropping from the right side. They didn't get a field goal for the first 4 or 5 minutes of the game. Down just 4 now. Cross County looking for a stop, and that's not the recipe. You got to get a hand up against one of the best shooters in the state, Carly Broberg.
Yeah, I got to challenge her. She's too good of a shooter. You got to put a hand in her face.
Black showing she's more than just a post-up player. Sinks that long range too. It's an 11-point cushion midway through quarter number 2, and it grows. Another 3 for Carly Broberg. The 5'9" senior will play college basketball in the GPAC next season. Maybe transition, that can get things untracked for Cross County. They get that one to drop through with the right-handed layup coming from Adrian Waller. It's 28-12 right now. Elkhorn Valley in front of Cross County. We'll show you the Class C2 bracket, where these teams come from, when we return on News Channel Nebraska.
Sportsmanship embodies respect, fairness, and integrity in competition.
By showing good sportsmanship, you are respecting everyone's love for the game.
Show integrity, stay positive, and make the game enjoyable for everyone involved. Sportsmanship is at an all-time low and needed now more than ever.
Whether you're on the court or in the stands, be courteous to everyone. It's the best way to be involved in the game.
Sportsmanship is a reflection of not only you, but your parents, your school, and your community.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit gocurrency.com for details. The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years. And by See the Trainer with locations in Columbus, Lincoln, Omaha, Bellevue, and North Platte.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
The NSAA, proud to be putting on these state tournament games. We're proud to be broadcasting them here on NCN. Michael Shively, Lou Siefker, Caitlin Debin. We're handling the C2 games right now. Guardian Angels Central Catholic victorious over Johnson Brock earlier. Now it's the 4 versus 5. And Elkhorn Valley, the 4 seed, is up by 16. Let's see what else is on schedule here in Class C2. A couple of games coming up after a brief break. Crofton and Utan, a rematch of last year's state title game. And excited to see the Chieftains. They have Miley Takota, one of the top players in the state, but virtually everyone else is different from last year's title team.
Yeah, had some players transfer out of there that left the district and went to other schools, and they only have 10 players on their roster, but yet here they are. They're still a quality team. The 7th seed, the defending champs, the 7th seed. They got their hands full with Crofton. Crofton, like they always are, you're an excellent team.
And be sure to buckle up for Oakland Craig Homer.
Yeah.
Those two teams have as fast of a pace as you're going to find. Talking to Coach Kaczynski from Oakland Craig said, Homer might be the only team in the state that wants to go faster than us.
Yeah. Yeah, Homer likes to push the tempo, no question about it. If you're going to watch that game, you might want to take a nap after this one because you're going to be tired because that's going to be an up and down the floor racehorse basketball, but that's fun to watch.
You know, it's always fun to see where the teams travel from to get here to Lincoln, and for folks who don't regularly broadcast as many games, here's helping you out with a little bit of a geography key to figure out where these teams actually hail from. There's Elkhorn Valley outlined in green in northeast Nebraska. Cross County, they're east, or make that west of Lincoln, not too far off of Interstate 80 to the north, just south of Stromsburg. Heavy concentration in Class C2 in northeast Nebraska.
Yeah.
That is where the best competition is in C2 and D1.
Yeah, I agree with you, and that's one reason I think this class is so good because everybody's really played tough schedules. There's nobody that got here by beating up on a bunch of bad teams. Everybody's earned their way here. They've played very difficult schedules. Therefore, when you get here, you play that sort of schedule, you're confident. And I think that for the second half, for Cross County, you got to knock down some shots to get that confidence back. They just have not shot well. Only 15% in that first half. And a couple of those were three-point shots. You got to get those to fall, but you got to challenge, I think, the interior of that zone. Because if you don't, this team just kind of feasts on you. They get out there, they attack you, and they can turn you over if you're passive at all. You've got to be aggressive. Take the ball at the shot blocker. Take the ball inside that zone and try to create, get to the free throw line, and kind of make this a more physical second half.
Right now, it's Elkhorn Valley in charge, up 16 over Cross County. We'll hear thoughts from the coaches and have the start of the third quarter next on NCN.
Here's what you can expect on News Channel Nebraska. The top local news headlines all morning, plus 8 a.m. Mass with Father Joe. Stay up to date throughout the afternoon with the NCN News app. And tune back into NCN throughout the evening for the latest developments on major stories along with live high school and college sports. News Channel Nebraska. Independent media for all Nebraskans. NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit gocurrency.com for details. The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years. And by See the Trainer with locations in Columbus, Lincoln, Omaha, Bellevue, and North Platte. The halftime show.
Life can move at a pretty fast pace here in Nebraska. From lights on to lights out, there's no stopping our work ethic. That's why at Nebraska Public Power District, we take pride in keeping you going. Pride in knowing that your power grid is consistently ranked one of the nation's most reliable and resilient. We take on the challenges 24/7 because electricity is the lifeblood of your day, and powering your day is what motivates us to do our very best. NPPD, powering our state, empowering your life.
We got to talk to both head coaches during halftime, and Brendan Dittmer was saying a couple of things that they've been doing really well is moving the ball in transition, trying to get the ball inside and out, doing really well in the other end. They've lost them a few times, but have done pretty well in that tries, and they've been very composed. Meanwhile, for Bridge Haas, in the way that the cross-county Cougars have been playing so far, trying to make shots around the hoop, get that shooting percentage up, not be so soft defensively and get a little tougher. It's there to be physical, and their intention to play hard is there. Got to be a little bit more stronger defensively.
That helps the cause. Bryceland Larson with the basket for the Cougars, but the first hoop of the second half belongs to Elkhorn Valley. What a shot by Cameron Rutgens from distance.
From downtown. Can Cross County get some more high percentage looks? That's what you want. Find some very makeable shots and try to get your offense heated up a little bit.
Here's Hartle coming away with the loose ball. Missed the shot. Still scrapping for it. And a foul, a push. It's called on Cross County. That was all Hartle on her hustle.
Well, going to the floor. That's one thing I've always liked about her. She does just a little bit of everything, including making hustle plays.
So baseline inbound for Elkhorn Valley. Team from Tilden liking where they're at right now. Head by 17, make it 19.
What you didn't want to have happen if you're Cross County, another turnover.
Broberg for three, way off. That would have brought the roof off of the Elkhorn Valley side of the gym. A terrific start to the second half. A 5-2 run by a team that was already enjoying a 16-point cushion. Cross County hoping to avoid a repeat of the last two seasons, both of which ended in sizable defeats in the state quarterfinals. Emma Dickey draws the contact.
I like you're down 19, but you have most of this half to play. Be patient and work the ball, get the ball inside. I like that Dickey gets to the foul line there. Exactly what you want to do. Be aggressive, get a chance for the free throws. That's an interesting release there, one-handed release. Knocks it home, but if you can elongate this game a little bit, make free throws, be physical, you got a chance to come back.
If it goes in, it's a good-looking shot.
You're probably
That's
not
always
old,
what I've said.
Probably not old enough to remember George McGinnis, are you?
That one does not ring a bell.
Used to shoot one-handed free throws.
For
the 76ers back in the 70s.
J.J. Black, high degree of difficulty, spinning baseline side and rolling that one home.
That's tough to defend, especially when the person you're trying to defend is 6'2".
And another steal for the Falcons. Black is playing with 3 fouls. Hartle has 2 for Elkhorn Valley, and the Cougars able to get the steal. Stolen away the other direction. And numbers for the Falcons. The extra pass. Broberg lays it in with the left, courtesy of Cameron Rutchins.
Yeah, great pass by Rutchins. You got Broberg running the floor. Get her the basketball. Get the easy look. Another steal. Rutchins.
Loose ball, and the Cougars get it right back, and then a foul on Rutchins. Mitch Bosshart, the head coach for Cross County, nothing he can do really here besides put his hands on his hips and sigh.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
14 turnovers for Cross County, 8 for Elkhorn Valley.
Yeah, Coach Bosser right in front of us stopped Emery Dickey and just told her, slow it down, just slow things down. And that's what Elkhorn Valley wants to do, is speed you up and make you force those mistakes by playing too fast.
Cougars need a 3 to drop, something to get them going, but they're 2 for 13 from beyond the arc. Foul on Kelly. That will be her first. Make that second. Undefeated Elkhorn Valley, 26-0, showing how they got that record. Good help defense and a steal. That's Chesney Sundberg. You know, the undefeated part of the season, a foul called on Elkhorn Valley. Not really something Brendan Dittmer and the players talked about. He says they never felt pressure as a team to go undefeated. He said he felt pressure going into the district final, didn't want to go undefeated and then not even make it to Lincoln. But this is the first undefeated team in Elkhorn Valley history. They did have a one-loss team, and this is the longest win streak in school history as well. So a historic season for the Falcons, and they're in good shape here in the state quarterfinals.
Asked Coach Dittmer earlier in the year if that undefeated record was a distraction at all, and he said he didn't think so. Players were focused, and there's another turnover.
Second foul on Peterson. The key player we spotlighted, she has just 3 points.
Yeah, they have kept her under control now. Timeout here from Coach Bossart and Cross County.
It's all Falcons midway through the third quarter. You're watching NCN.
Hi, this is Misty. Here at Family Physical Therapy, we strive to go beyond your symptoms, ensuring you have access to quality, individualized care. We offer physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Family Physical Therapy has an excellent staff that cares about our patients' success. Whether you're suffering from a sports injury, a stroke, or working to improve balance and coordination, Family Physical Therapy is here to help. When you're here, your family. Visit us at one of our many Nebraska locations today.
State basketball on NCN is brought to you by Heritage at Fountain Point, redefining senior living with a steadfast commitment to comfort, compassion, and dignity. Agri-City Insurance, protecting what you grow. And by Family Physical Therapy and Sports Center, getting you back in the game.
Transition opportunities aplenty for this Elkhorn Valley team. This time 3-on-2 and perfect passing executed. Rutchins finding the cutting Broberg. And giving the fans a lot to cheer about.
Yeah, they have. It's a good transition team. You saw a great example of it there in that highlight.
Falcons have the ball out of the Cross County timeout. Just 2 left for the Cougars. And safe to say it's desperation time. Cross County will need to start cutting into the deficit here at the end of the quarter. Tough pass inside. Good jump tracking that down by Ashlyn Dexter-Postian, but turned it over. This is your third quarter. Your third quarter brought to you by Yankton Medical Clinic, Norfolk location. Choose the medical clinic your friends recommend. 5-star patient rated. Dr. Harper, Dr. Spaniel, plus specialists. They're building a Norfolk legacy, one patient at a time. Might have got away with an extra step, but still a turnover for the Cougars.
They have just not solved that defense that the Falcons are throwing at them. That pressure has really bothered them, and that shows up in the amount of turnovers. I believe that's 16 on the ball game here for Cross County.
Most of these turnovers are not unforced. Most of them are forced turnovers where it's the defense directly leading to the miscue. And a lot of credit to Coach Dittmer and his team for their execution. Solid offensive rebound. Both Broberg and Black on the bench right now, the two-star players for Elkhorn Valley, and they're not yielding anything still.
Yeah, that's one thing that we really haven't talked about is I think this Elkhorn Valley team has some quality depth. You know, Dexter Postian is a player that has played very well this season. Probably starts for a lot of teams, but backs
no
up
doubt.
J.J. Black. And you've got a lot of people that can come in and not just we always talk about that players off the bench. You don't want players just come in to fill time. They come in and they contribute. It's a solid basketball team.
Ashley Shute with some hustle plays. The 9th grader. She's got a round of applause as she went to the bench. Foul in the backcourt on Elkhorn Valley. That is their 4th team foul and the 3rd individual foul on Hartle. No points here in the last 3.5 minutes of action. Neither side in great rhythm here at the back part of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, this game is kind of ground to a pit stop right now. There's not much enthusiasm on either side right now. Fan-wise, I should say.
Cougars trying to find some offense, and it's just not coming. Perfect read and executing the lay-in, Kendall Werner.
Yeah, when Kendall Werner just sat on that, expected that pass, steps in and takes that all the way in for the easy lay-in.
Points off of turnovers tonight, or rather this morning, are one-sided, 12-0. Peterson. That's Eden Peterson. She's really looking for that next 3. That'll be an important one for her. Going to tie the school record for a single season. She has 53 made threes right now. The school record is 54, dating back to 2006. So she really wants to get another tray ball before the game comes to a close.
Well, we hope that she absolutely gets that chance. Here's Olive Peterson with a great rebound there. That's a nice effort. Going to make free throws. She makes the second one.
Olive, the younger Peterson on the team, but not the youngest. You heard from Kaylin earlier how the Peterson family is a big cross-county family, and their dad, Quinn, is a volunteer strength coach. Opens the weight room every morning at 6:30 for the girls. Used to be a professional strength coach at the University of North Dakota. He has 7 kids, lots of daughters. So Mitch Bossart, big fan of the Peterson family. And he likes what he sees from Emma Dickey, who provides a jolt of energy with that basket.
Yeah, 3-point play, trying to trim in that big lead. Goes through that defense, and now a chance for the and one. Mentioned Peterson being a strength coach. You have that many daughters, you better be strong, right?
Can have no doubt about it.
Smack those guys around that come trying to date your daughters.
Think twice if you're in the Stromsburg area. Jump ball. The Cougars with a renewed intensity with 90 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, like the energy, but down 19. Is it too late? They're going to try to make a run here, but that energy now, it at least gives you a chance to make a run.
Peterson gets inside, splits a couple defenders just short on the running shot. Stepping in front of the pass, Kelly. Lindy Kelly to the hoop, and it goes down.
Well, Cross County is going to pressure full court here.
And a timeout taken by Brendan Dittmer. For the first time in this game, momentum has shifted to the team in navy and white, and it's defense. Lindy Kelly with the steal, and the first points off a turnover on the day for the Cougars.
Liberty First Credit Union. It's for you. You live in Nebraska or the surrounding states? Then it's for you. Want to earn cash back on your transactions? Then it's for you. Are you ready to start banking with purpose? Then Liberty First Credit Union? It's for you. We're not your typical credit union. We support you with personalized banking that's open to everyone. Start banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. We're for you.
State basketball on NCN is brought to you by Roe Buick in Grand Island and Roe Chevy in Aurora. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
Elkhorn Valley student section, they've had a whole lot to cheer about today, but they'll be asked to hold on, or at least their team will be. Great travel by these folks from northeast Nebraska, going a long ways to get here. Couple hour drive from the Tilden area. The clock's not synced. Notable, Lou, that this 6-0 run for Cross County coming with J.J. Black on the bench for Elkhorn Valley.
Yeah, that certainly helps when you're playing a team. They've got a great shot blocker. She's still not out there. And they, I thought maybe Coach Dittmer would bring at least Lily Hartle in to handle the basketball, leaving the same players out there. I think it was just to calm them down and settle them down. 19-point lead, or now a 17-point lead. You can kind of play with that a little bit, and maybe if rest some of your starters here a little bit here and there, because you got a potential of 3 games in 3 days.
Yeah, the teams that play their quarterfinals on Wednesday, they get a nice rest day. Everyone else, 3 straight if they're going to get it done. Deflection on the pass, and it's another steal for Cross County. Kelly pushing it ahead with the right hand all the way to the hoop, and she gets the foul call. Lindy Kelly. And the Cougars, for the first time, looking at each other with some confidence.
Yeah, I like this. I like what I see from Cross County. Kelly takes the basketball all the way in, and we talk about not being passive. You like the fact that they're getting out and trying to run in transition, but even when the defense closes in, you attack that defense. That's what you have to do. First free throw in and out, but I like the energy that the Cougars are playing with right now.
0 for 2, but there's an offensive rebound. Peterson loses the ball, last touched by Elkhorn Valley. Lindy Kelly still looking for her first assist today. She's 4 away from setting the season assist record. 3-pointer up. That one's not an assist from Kelly, but the 3-pointer counts the same. Ella Clark, her second of the day, and a big basket for the Cougars.
Yeah, big hit there by Clark. 3-pointer, now it's a 14-point game.
Inside for the Falcons. They turn right into the double team, and a foul. Kelly can't, a jump foul on Elkhorn Valley, rather. I'm going to tag that on shoot.
That's going to mean free throws. So that's things going Cross County's way right now. You got to make the free throws when you have the opportunity. But again, clock stops. Still 4.5 seconds to go in the quarter, and a couple free throws get this down to 12. You feel like you got a shot.
That's 3 straight misses for Kelly at the line. This is not a strength of hers. 51% on the season.
Always watch players' body language when they miss some. Just got to relax, take a deep breath, and go through the muscle memory.
0 for 4.
Yeah, that's tough.
And that is the end of quarter number 3. A strong finish to the period by Cross County. They close on a 9-0 run to make it a 14-point game going through the fourth quarter on News Channel Nebraska.
Just finished an epic game? Keep the excitement going with a stop at Good to Go convenience store on your way home. Refuel with a fresh coffee. Grab a tasty sandwich and fill up your tank to be ready for the next adventure. Whether you are celebrating a win or discussing the highlights, Good to Go has all your post-game refreshments covered. Make it a part of your game day routine.
Good to Go post-game snacks.
Before we head to the fourth quarter, we want to tell you about a new sports complex that's nearing completion in central Nebraska. That's the Kearney Sportsplex. You see the rendering of it there. 59,000 square foot hardwood gym, 66,000 square foot premium turf field, 4 pickleball courts, 300-meter track, and it is gorgeous. It is enormous, and if you have a kid in athletics, it's likely they'll be playing some sort of event there sooner than later.
66,000 square feet. That's about the size of your house, isn't it, Michael?
Yeah, the house of my dreams, perhaps, yeah. Oh, boy.
That's why they pay Michael the big bucks to buy those big houses.
Yeah, so I can pay my mortgage on the Kearney Sportsplex.
There you go.
It is taxpayer funded, and I do pay my taxes in Kearney, Buffalo County.
Yeah, got you there. Now starters back in for Elkhorn Valley. We'll see if that makes it different in the energy level that really switched over to Cross County. They were the more aggressive team there at the end of that quarter.
Another deflection from Kelly on defense. Here's Black. After some time on the bench, picks up right where she left off. A dominant day for J.J. Black. 8 of 9 shooting for 16 points.
Great job to step away from the defense and yet maintain a real good angle for that shot.
And just simply lost that one, did Peterson. This is consecutive games now, Lou, where we've seen star players get almost completely shut down. The leading scorer for Johnson Brock, Taryn Ottoman, 18 points a game. She scored 5.
Yeah.
Eden Peterson for Cross County averages 13 a game. She has 3.
Yeah, it's been great defense from GACC and now Elkhorn Valley.
Here's Peterson. She has 5 seconds on the shot clock. Picks up her dribble. Clark for 3. Well off. And nothing going that possession for the Cougars. And then Lindy Kelly called for the foul in the backcourt. That's her 3rd. Kelly, though, described by her coach as a coach's dream. You see she has that medical tape on her right shoulder. She's going to need shoulder surgery at the end of her athletic career. She's really needed it for a while, but high school athletics means so much for her that she's put it off. She's still going to compete in the track season, where she's a 2-time state qualifier, and eventually she'll get that shoulder taken care of.
How tough is Lindy Kelly? Play with a shoulder pain, and she's also a great athlete, a 2-time track qualifier for state, the triple jump at 4x100, just a solid athlete for Cross County.
Loose ball, and went off of the foot of the Cougars. This is your fourth quarter. It's brought to you by Visit Lincoln. See and experience all that Lincoln has to offer. Discover more at Lincoln.org.
I'm going to take them up on it. I'm visiting Lincoln right now.
Always enjoy our trips here to the capital city for state hoops. We'll be back next week. A steal for the Cougars and a travel. One extra step for Ella Clark on her way to the basket.
So frustrating. Eden Peterson got the strip of Hartle. You don't see that very often with Hartle.
And she did a quick 1-2 pitter-patter right away before that third step.
Come up empty after the steal.
No, it's the NBA. You call that first one the gather step. In high school hoops, you call that a travel, the way the game meant to be played. Lily Hartle finds herself wide open.
The lead extended now to 18. Cross County had made a run.
Jump ball will stay with Cross County. And what you can do to secure a lead is not let the opponent score. That's exactly what Elkhorn Valley has done. Cross County has not scored here in the fourth quarter.
Yep, this is a lockdown defense, especially these starters.
Right on cue, Ella Clark hits her third three ball of the game.
She's been the sharpshooter today for the Cougars.
Bench production for Coach Bosshart. Good job by Black to keep the possession alive, and a timeout taken by Brendan Dittmer with 5:37 remaining on the Faith Regional Physician Services scoreboard. We'll take a break as well. The 4 seed feeling good here at the Bomb.
My name is Jesse Moore. Our 22-year-old son died from suicide. My journey with Caden's death was leading me down many dark paths, of which none included blaming God. It would have been easy, and he would have accepted it. How or why? I did not. I am not sure, other than the signs that only Jesus could have possibly controlled were put in front of me from the moment of this horrible family event. The only way I found to ease the pain of losing Caden was the time that I was able to spend in prayer with Jesus. If you are struggling, contact your local pastor or priest or call 988.
State basketball on NCN is brought to you by Unity Eye Centers, your provider of choice for complete vision care for all ages. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
Carly Broberg from the corner. Beautiful design. Just missed the shot for the future Concordia basketball player. What a senior class for Elkhorn Valley, producing 2 college basketball players. Concordia, one of the best programs. The Bulldogs, year in, year out, competing for NAIA national titles. That's where Broberg's going. Black will play at Wayne State. Women's sports have seen a lot of success up there with the Wildcats at the Division II level.
I think Broberg has got a chance to be a star at Concordia.
I agree. Shooting can translate to any level.
Absolutely.
Emma Dickey in the lane. Doesn't fall for her. Been that kind of day for Cross County. In transition, here's Broberg with the left hands.
Great fast break. Rutchins over to Broberg. We've heard that before. Broberg settles herself. She's one of the better finishers, really, in this class.
What a steal by the freshman Werner. And can she pay it off? Yes, she can.
Well, all that work Cross County did. Here we are back at 19. Elkhorn Valley, the starters come in and build that lead right back.
Dickey giving up some serious height. Kicks it out. 3 ball is up. Another chance at points. Lindy Kelly, back rim, gets her own rebound. Now 3 from the corner, drops in. Brycelyn Larson. Back to a 16-point game with 4:10 to go. Timeout, Cross County.
Anything for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more. From little feet to little paws, to updates and overhauls. From soft and cozy to durable and resilient. From something that blends in or something that's different. From DIY to custom install, O Street Carpet can help you with it all. Whatever your needs are for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more.
This broadcast is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today. See the trainer. Need relief from pain or support for recovery? Don't see just anyone. See the trainer. And by Zollner Ford Lincoln. Proud to be your local Ford and Lincoln dealer.
stick around for after the game. That's when Kaylin Debin will be chatting with our player of the game, brought to you by Heritage at Fountain Point, and also by Roe Buick in Grand Island and Aurora.
Cougars throw some pressure at Elkhorn Valley, but they break it rather easily.
Kelly steps on the line, can't save that back into a teammate on time. Elkhorn Valley has led wire to wire. Undefeated Falcons, hoping they can get a date with Guardian Angels Central Catholic in the semifinals. Couple of Northeast Nebraska programs, but not on each other's regular season schedules.
Well, if that plays out, I think that's going to be an incredible game.
Both defenses zone and remarkably aggressive. Shot clock violation. Good defense by the Cougars, but really not the worst thing that could happen if you're Elkhorn Valley.
Yeah, you're up 16. You're not worried about it. You're actually milking clock. You'd like to get a shot off if you can. You don't want to turn it over necessarily, but you're right. Up 16, that's not the worst thing in the world.
Here's Eden Peterson. Again, she's 1-3 away from tying the school record for made threes in a season. And Lindy Kelly, it doesn't appear she's going to get to 4 assists. No, she still has a chance. She has 2 now. She gets to 4. It's a single season record. She got to 12 steals in this tournament. That would be a single season record. Cougars need some things to go their way to achieve those goals. Dickey with a deflection. Kelly hits the deck. Oh, and watch out.
Oh, my goodness.
I'll never question the effort from any of these athletes on the court today. Maybe question the reaction time from Eric McKay and Kaylin Debin, who are sitting over there.
Yeah, those guys are slow.
The ref checking on them, saying, Kaylin, are you okay? Here's Broberg, wants another 3, and she gets it. Carly Broberg, one of the top players in the state of Nebraska, knocks in another tray ball, her 4th of the day.
One of my favorite things about Carly Broberg is that when she makes that shot, there's no change of expression. If she misses a shot, no change in expression. She's just out there playing basketball.
Foul inside, Emma Dickey. She had her nose plugged a moment ago. I think the plug must have come out somewhere, but she's not bleeding, so that's good. She's still, though, going hard at the much taller post players for the Falcons. Earned a trip to the line here. Obviously 24-2. What a season for Cross County.
That's been a great year. That's the sad part about state is good teams go home. I mean, this is a good basketball team. Just ran into a little bit better team today in Elkhorn Valley. But the season comes to an end here for one of these two, and it looks like it's going to be Cross County, barring an incredible comeback.
18-point game now after one made free throw. Dexter Postian goes to the other side. What a block. Brycelyn Larson, but the Falcons get it right back.
Now, there you go. Just pull it out and run your offense. No, you don't need a quick shot here. You're up 18 with just over 2 to go.
Wide open lane, and when they give it to you, you take it. And that's what Kendall Werner did.
Yep. You get the layup, absolutely. That's about the only shot you want there early in the shot clock would be a lay-in.
20-point lead. Elkhorn Valley's made 4 out of the last 5 shots. We'll have a lot of the Falcons highlights in our top plays. Those will come up after the game, and they're brought to you by Currency. Peterson still looking for that elusive second 3.
Yep. Michael, one thing that always stands out with teams that win here at State is they share the basketball well. How about 15 assists for Elkhorn Valley off 23 made shots? That's getting it done. That's sharing the basketball and finding teammates for quality looks.
A dominant performance by Elkhorn Valley. They are doubling up the shooting percentage category, 49% to 24%.
You shoot 49% at State, you're going to win a lot of games. That's pretty good from the field.
And here are the subs. And realization sinking in for Cross County. A senior class for the Cougars of 3 players. Made State 3 years in a row. For Elkhorn Valley, their starters get a breather ahead of tomorrow's state semifinal.
They're going to need it before GACC. That is going to be an epic battle.
Timeout taken by Cross County. We'll step aside for a final time during this game. It's a 20-point lead for Elkhorn Valley. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Hi, my name is Ryan. John chapter 8 says, "Let the one among you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone." Jesus tells us not to condemn others. It's not our job. He then tells the woman being condemned, "Now go and sin no more." He loves her too much to let her stay where she is. He wants so much more for us. He wants us not to just squeak by in our lives, but to live fully in Christ's example.
Hey, sports fans, heading to the big game tonight? Make sure you stop by Speedy Mart before you hit the stadium. Fuel up your car and grab your favorite snacks and drinks to keep your energy high. Whether it's chips, soda, or a quick meal, Speedy Mart has everything you need to kick off your game night right. Don't miss out. Swing by Speedy Mart for all your pre-game essentials.
Speedy Mart, snacks before the game.
Couple of misses from Cross County out of the timeout. Out of bounds from Elkhorn Valley. The Falcons poised to advance. Their team motto this year, "Fly with us." Brendan Dittmer says he likes to borrow ideas from college teams. This was Oregon's motto quite a while ago, and he loved it. He decided, I'm going to hold that motto for the right team. This year's team is the right team, and the Falcons flew down here to State, and they're going to fly with us onto the state semifinals.
Yeah, this team is flying high, no question about it. I think a threat to win the entire thing here in C2.
Bodies stacking up. And a tie-up with 9 seconds.
Subs playing hard. You got to love it. Get a chance to play it safe. Get a floor burner, too.
Hopefully the folks from Tilden and Meadow Grove booked multi-night stays here in Lincoln. Crowd full of people in black and green, and they have a lot to cheer for as the undefeated season continues. Elkhorn Valley improves to 27-0 and ends Cross County season at 24-3. The 4 seed victorious over the 5 seed, 52-32 in a wire-to-wire game. Coming up next, Kaylin Debin will chat with the winning head coach Brendan Dittmer and our player of the game on News Channel Nebraska.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Hi, I'm Jake. I grew up with a great relationship with God. After high school, I became selfish and put my own desires before God. I struggled with alcohol and lust, and the devil had a tight grip on me. My life was full of darkness, and I was on the verge of losing my family. Thankfully, I chose God as my higher power, and through treatment, amended my relationship with God and my family. If you are struggling, contact your local pastor or priest or call 402-379-2030.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years. And by See the Trainer with locations in Columbus, Lincoln, Omaha, Bellevue, and North Platte.
Insurance for us is a big deal. You know, you've got property and equipment and materials and people and workers' comp and things like that. It's a size large deal to keep your arms around that, to make sure that you're insured and properly and to manage your risk. They understand that we're going to keep expanding our business, which means more volume, which means more insurance, more equipment, more everything, and ways to lower our operating costs.
I'm Jenny Last with Agri City Insurance, protecting what you grow today and tomorrow.
A body in motion stays in motion until you feel that muscle tighten, that sharp pain you didn't expect, and suddenly you're stopped in your tracks. KRT helps you get back in action with all natural pain relief in just minutes. Don't get sidelined by muscle cramps. Stay in the game with KRT.
At the racetrack or the rat race round town, fuel matters. Here, customers can expect the highest quality fuel that they deserve.
Joined by the winning head coach of the Elkhorn Valley Falcons as they get the job done in the Class C2 quarterfinals over Cross County, Brendan Dittmer. Coach Dittmer, I mean, take us through that matchup. You started the game off hot and really set the tone.
Yeah, and I think, you know, Carly shooting as well as she did early, I think that was just a huge, just relief, you know, because she didn't shoot extremely well in the district final, and that then came up big for us in the overtime. So I think that was just, something that our girls could take a sigh of relief on, but then our defense from there really got us some good points.
Defense always works into offense. You talked about it coming out of the halftime. The transition was working really, really well, the good passing. I mean, how often do you harp on that in practice?
Well, you know, in the passing, I mean, that's them. That's their chemistry. I mean, we talked about chemistry, that a coach can't create it. They've got to create it. And, you know, they've done that. And that's where our transition game, if we can get some deflections and we can get some steals, they just take over, right? And that's something that I can't script.
Okay, so, you're playing in another game. You're playing tomorrow against GACC. This Class C2 bracket is tough, and you know it.
Oh, big time. I mean, when I knew it when they were the 8 seed, I was like, geez, this is the toughest 8 seed I think C2's seen. So, we're going to have to shoot well tomorrow, too, and we're going to take care of the basketball because they get after it just like we do defensively.
Talk about J.J. Black, another one of your senior leaders who's on this squad. Great shooting percentage tonight, 16 points, couple rebounds in there, big time, and had a block as well. So talk about J.J.
She was made for this. I mean, we've been through a lot in her career for me, and you know what? It's good to see a senior have a night like that, or a morning like that, I guess I should say. But yeah, that was pretty awesome, pretty special.
The time change is always weird, Coach. So Coach Dittmer, winning head coach of Elkhorn Valley. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's bring in JJ. JJ Black, great game today, and another win for the Falcons. Haven't experienced a loss yet. Is that weird as a senior?
Yeah, I don't really think about it ever, but when we know we're 27-0 now, that 0 is just there, and we want to keep it there. So we're hoping to end 29-0. That's our goal.
Talking to Coach, he talks about how you guys don't really ever think about being undefeated. It's just something that you are. You just keep winning.
Yeah, we focus a lot on defense because defense wins games, and that relays into our offense, and that's something that we have this year that we've kind of been lacking is the ability to press, and we have 5 quick girls, long girls that really just seal the deal on the defensive end.
So talk about your offense because you had a great game today, 16 points, great shooting percentage. I think you missed 1 shot underneath. Talk about that.
So I've kind of been slacking a little bit on with the points, and knowing that my team had confidence with me because they kept feeding me the ball felt really good, and I just have to give it to them because points don't come without assists.
So this next game tomorrow, playing GACC, this is a team that's in northeast Nebraska. You guys know them pretty well. What are you looking forward to do for that matchup?
We need to run on them because we know they're going to run on us. It's going to be a big transition game, and it's going to come back down to the little things, rebounds, free throws, deflections, and I think we're prepared for that.
JJ Black, great game. Our player of the game on News Channel Nebraska. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Back to Michael and Lou as we finish up things with top plays. Coming up next on News Channel Nebraska.
Kaylin Devin wrapping up those interviews with Coach Dittmer and J.J. Black, and I like that, Lou. J.J. said, I've kind of been slacking in terms of scoring lately.
Yeah.
Well, how about 16 points at State?
She slacks off and plays great. I tried really hard back in the day, and I wasn't anywhere near as good as she is. So, but yeah, that's a great comment there from J.J. Black.
Time for your top plays, brought to you by Currency. Need financing for RVs, ATVs, or other expensive items? Currency is here to help. Visit gocurrency.com today. Class C2 state tournament basketball. It's number 4 Elkhorn Valley. They're undefeated, 26-0. Cross County, the 5 seed, 24-2. They play each other in summer camps every summer, not in the regular season though. So they're matching up here this morning. And Elkhorn Valley starts off well. They find 6'2" J.J. Black. She kicks it out to her teammate, Carly Broberg. She's going to Concordia to play college basketball. That's why she's a fantastic shooter. Now it's Broberg's turn to distribute. She finds Black. She pivots and puts it in. She's going to Wayne State to play college basketball. And it's a 7-point cushion for Elkhorn Valley early on. That's when Eden Peterson nails the three. But that was her only one of the game. 1 for 13 shooting for the top scorer for Cross County. Give Elkhorn Valley tons of credit for that. And the shooting on the other side, it tended to go in, especially from long range for Carly Broberg. That's one of her 4 made threes. Cross County rolling into the second quarter, and transition offense was a big part of it. That was Cross County actually getting the transition game going. Adrian Waller with a much-needed basket for the Cougars. Now on the other end, it is another 3. Cameron Rutjens buries it from the corner for the Falcons, who are feeling good, and they go into halftime with a big lead. They held Cross County to 12 first half points. They keep it rolling. How about the extra pass? Rutjens drops it down, and an easy lay-in for her teammate, and it's 39-17 at this point. They did make a run here, did Cross County. Spark plug. Emma Dickey gets the basket, count it, plus the foul. A 6-0 run to end the third quarter for the Cougars. But the fourth quarter didn't start out that way. There was the 3-ball to end that spurt for Cross County. Ella Clark made 3 threes for the Cougars, keeping them within shouting distance, but it didn't keep them there for that long. Look at that move. J.J. Black, not only 16 points today, but she did it with remarkable efficiency. 8 of 9 shooting, and it's more defense. There's the steal. Rutjens gets it up ahead, and Kendall Warner, a freshman, lays it through, and the Falcons coasting in quarter number 4. Now with under 3 minutes to play, up 16. How about we ice it? That's what Carly Broberg does from the wing, drills it, and it's a 20-point victory. Elkhorn Valley moves to 27-0 for the third straight season. Cross County bows out in the first round. So the bracket updated now to reflect 2 completed games in Class C2. The big upset, Guardian Angels Central Catholic out of West Point, Nebraska, handles Johnson Brock with relative ease. And then 4-seed Elkhorn Valley dispatches of Cross County. And no surprise, Lou, a common theme, teams from northeast Nebraska.
Yeah, I think a lot of people thought GACC had a chance to win that game, and they did so impressively. Elkhorn Valley is a great team, and they handled a very good Cross County team here today. I think that's much watch. If if you're not watching on News Channel Nebraska, you need to get over to Vanny and watch, or here at Devaney and watch this semifinal game between GACC and Elkhorn Valley. That's going to be a big-time game. Got some really good ones coming this afternoon, too. The next game is Crofton and UTAN, the defending state champs, against the team they beat in that championship game, and the Crofton Warriors. Certainly Oakland Craig and Homer is going to be maybe the most fun game of the four as far as tempo. Both teams like to push the ball up and down the floor. Going to be a fun afternoon here at Bob Devaney.
No doubt about it. That one, you better get ready for some running. And that's coming up in not too long from now. We do hope you stick around for that. We expect that game to get going right around 1:30. Our broadcast will start just about 1:20. So you have an hour. Enjoy our newscast. Peter Rice going to take you through what's going on in news here across the state of Nebraska. Then it's right back to the Bob Devaney Sports Center, where we pick things up for more Class C2 basketball action. Thanks so much to all of our sponsors who make this possible here at NCN. Thanks to our host here at the Bob Devaney Sports Center and the coaches for getting us ready for today's games. On behalf of Lou Siefker and our entire crew, led by Danny Alvarado, I'm Michael Shively. Thanks for watching, and join us back again for more hoops starting at 1:30.
We now join regular programming on News Channel Nebraska.
Need relief